guys who combined to play 15 seasons in the National Football League trenches. Well, 2 guys. And Mackey, who didn't do shit. This is the OLine Committee.
All right, let's make sure no one pops anyone on the pads here, okay? No physical, no assault.
This is a safe place.
It's a safe environment, guys. Don't touch each other.
It amazes me how many people online are such pussies about
Seriously,
that, dude.
bro. It's how about former players? Well, you guys are all such liars, too. Like,
dude,
I would have never allowed a coach to put their hands
Des Bryant. Dude, Des Bryant is the voice of reason. Des Bryant, when Des Bryant is the voice of reason, we've got a problem. Like, we've got an issue. And this whole, if that was my employer, like, I would, it's like, listen, dude, like, all I can think about is like, hey, dude, did you see that this week? I'm like, yeah, pretty wild. It's like, dude, if that was my employer, I'd have knocked him out. It's like, oh, cool story, boy. Can you put the fries in the bag? Yeah. Like, can you put the fries in the bag? I'm hungry here. Like, I don't want to hear about you're going to knock out your McDonald's employer. Like, this is the National Football League. It's not a small man's league. I don't know. It's amazing how many people are trying to defend the league for fining Gannon.
You know, I think, of course, everything.
I wish it would have came out while we were recording. I wish it would have came out when we were in the middle of it. Like, oh, they fined Jonathan Gannon $100,000. We would have lost our mind.
Wait, did you say the league?
Yeah,
it was the team.
No, it was the team.
I thought it was the league.
No,
dude,
the team fined him.
The team.
Oh, that's even worse.
Fined him $100,000.
That's even worse.
Listen, don't worry. I may have texted him and told him I stand in solidarity with him. Like, listen, dude, as an O-lineman in that situation, we both would have had him up off his feet. Like, dude, this is not happening. Dude, it's crazy to me how people forget how much you work during the week. Like, all the guys that are retired now are like, I would have never allowed a coach to do that. It's like, dude, you really forgot how hard we worked Monday through Saturday, did you? You forgot how hard we ran those sprints? You forgot all the shit that we took from old, white, crusty men that were just like, you guys fucking suck. And you were like, I know, sorry. Like, dude, you're really just going to put all that aside and be like, yeah, no, it's cool. You just put the ball where you want to. It's not important. The rest of us don't matter. Like, they're all so full of shit, dude. I can't stand any more of it. It's nonsense.
One last take on that, because we did rant about this the other day, but one last thing from me, and then we'll get into some dumb football questions. We'll make our picks here. Is if you were to, if I didn't see what happened, but I were only reading the negative reaction the last couple of days of like assault, put a hands on another man, unacceptable, and say, oh my, I would have, but I didn't see the video. I would have been like, after 2 days of reading people's outrage, thought, he like sucker punched a player or something crazy, right? Like, what happened? And then you watch it and you're like, okay, he's rightfully furious and pissed because what the player did is absolutely boneheadedly
lost
selfish.
Him the game.
Yeah, maybe even like put jobs on the line if they come up one way of the playoffs, whatever. But he popped him in the pads and maybe got part of his arm. You're wearing pads. Like,
he didn't even really hit him, dude. He just kind of like hit him with
touch
like,
people.
Dude, what are we doing? What are we doing, bro? Come on, what are we doing?
And also,
that was
like,
what that was.
This isn't Johnny from down the block. This is a grown ass man that is in the prime of his life. A pop on the pads isn't gonna hurt him. It's not like you physically pushed him to the ground and then boot stomped his teeth in. Like,
dude, you know what that was? That was like, hey, I'm being for real. That's what that in the chest was. Like, hey, I'm being for real when I say this. I'm being for real. Stop this.
But how come people don't freak out when Kelsey and Andy chest bump all the time? Like Travis Kelce and Andy Reid, like,
don't you
walrus fight.
Don't you
like, they walrus fight all the time.
Your guy, Mike Zimmer, shoved Kirk Cousins. Kirk was trying to celebrate with him, and Zimmer was like, oh, you want to go?
Don't you dare touch me. Put your hands on me.
I don't know. Okay, I think it's fair to say, let's not pop guys. In 2025, I guess people freak out, but like, people have way overreacted to this story.
Dude, how about the best is the last coach to get fined for this was BA. I was like, they were talking about how they fined BA $50,000 because he tried to backhand slap somebody across the helmet, and I was like, such a BA move, dude. Like, people forget.
Well, how about
there was
Jerry
a time
Jones?
when there were no rules. There were no. By the way, my high school there was no rules. John Gibbons was allowed to do whatever John Gibbons wanted to do. And at times, it was your face was moving with his hand like, okay, here we go. Like, he's not in the mood today. I got it, right? And they'd pull you in and pull you out. And you were like, okay, I got it. Like, this has seriously become the softest league ever.
How about Jerry Jones, $250,000 for flipping someone off?
And it was funny. Everybody laughed about it.
Yeah,
like,
his old curmudgeon fingers, like...
And then he was like, you.
Get these wrinkly fingers.
Dropping the bucket.
Yeah. National Football League most valuable player right now. 4 fourth quarter comebacks in the first 5 games of the season.
They're
4-1 on the season so far.
First quarter of the season, I'd say yes. Yeah, I mean, if you were to just give out quarter season awards, you could give that to Baker. I think the thing is, can he sustain it? Can he put his shoulder in December when Josh Allen does it and all that? And by the way, all you college athletes that are now listening now, MyBookie is available for all of you guys too. So you can now go bet on professional sports, which is wild.
Isn't that
crazy? A game changer?
Wild. Dude. That's a problem. But anyways, I mean, I think that's a very fair assessment to give to Baker because, you lose Mike Evans, you lose Bucky Irvin, you bring your team back over and over and over again on your shoulders. Right? You didn't have Chris Godwin. He has not had his full complement on offense maybe one time this year.
I don't even think they've had one. No, they
haven't had a full where it's been Wirfs,
Wirfs
and Gadecki and Barton and Bredesen and Cody Mock, and then you had Bucky Irvin, Baker, Godwin, Evans, Cade Otton, and the young cat. I mean, wait till he gets everything back. And he's still found a way to go 4-1. So I think that's a very fair thing to say. If we were going quarter season MVP, Baker Mayfield's for sure in the running.
Absolutely. I mean, when you put it like that, I mean, the context to it of losing half your offense, your whole line has been reshuffled constantly. You're down one of your top wide receivers at one point during the year. Like, when you get all that back, I'm really excited. That's why, to me, they're kind of like the Chiefs, but in, like, better form, right? They're more put together. They're like, hey, listen, we're just going to fight our way through this until we can get a healthy roster back, and then we're going to go. We're going to take off. But look what Baker's been able to do in the fourth quarter of most of these games, right? Like we talked about it 2 weeks ago when he went up and over the linebacker. It's like, dude, he'll do anything, right? He's got that it factor. I'll do anything it takes to win. I'm not afraid to dive on the fumble no matter who's around, right? Like all these things that we look at that go, what make you a great quarterback? What makes you a great leader? Why do guys want to follow you? Because they know you'll do anything. That's who the MVP should be. And you're right. Josh Allen has a really, really good argument of like, hey, I've been playing some really good football too, right? But
I've been doing this for years without a number one wide receiver.
Like, I guess it's to me, it's like when you look at Baker, he has been doing it with missing pieces all around. And Josh, you've never really had the pieces. You've always just kind of fit into this type of offense where it's like you're the man and everyone else around you just, hey man, just run this way and I'll throw it over here and you run over this way, right? And it's like that only lasts you for so long. And to me, with this Baker thing, it's like, is this the year that they put it all together? If they can get healthy, can they make a real run in the playoffs?
I also, I base a lot of my MVP discussion on if you take player X out of the equation, what does the team look like? And the person that's making the most name for this is Lamar Jackson, right? You took Lamar Jackson out of that offense, and it was like, oh, we can't function. Like we cannot score, we cannot move, we can't do anything. Same with Joe Burrow. Right. And so I look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and I go with everything that you've lost and everything that you've done. If you take Baker out of that equation, you're probably a 1-4 football team. Right. Yeah. But because Baker is in there and he can do all the things that he's been doing, put the team on his back, you're a 4-1 football team. So that's where I look at that and go, that's why I think Baker is in that running right now.
Because he's tough. He's tough.
There's a big feature on ESPN.com about Baker now, and there's two things in this article that I saw the clip that was surfacing after the game. So they're in Seattle, right? Or were they in? Where was that game this weekend? Seattle. It was in Seattle.
When he's just talking all kinds of shit to that dude.
Yeah, you're gonna be. He's in the tunnel.
You're there, and I'm here.
He goes, you're gonna be real effing quiet at halftime. You're an effing P word, which we already said on the show already. But yeah,
P word.
Okay.
P word. Oh, P word.
Listen, I'm trying to keep it. I'm trying to keep it PG around here.
P word.
P word.
Fucking loser.
But then. He's asked at the podium the next day about, hey, so it used to be that you were perceived as kind of immature, cocky, and now people have kind of rallied around your personality. How does that feel or whatever? And he goes, early on in my career, it was cocky, immature. Now it's moxie, and he's a dog. Same shit, different day. Baker said on Wednesday, as long as you play well, they change the narrative, but you just got to be yourself. No. I've always been like that. I think he is a little different, though. I think he's a little less combative.
It's not changing the narrative. You have to earn the right to do those things in the National Football League. Right? You don't get to walk in and bring all this wonderful success and your Heisman and everything you did in college does not follow you to the NFL. You leave that shit at the door. Right? You walk in there and you are nothing. You are scum of the earth. Like, you could be a first rounder, you can be anything. You don't have the right to talk crap, to be that competitive guy until you prove to everyone in the league that you can win. Once you prove everyone you can win, no one cares what you do, man. It is moxie. It is dog, because you did it. You did it, man. You showed up in the National Football League and you led fourth quarter comebacks and you took your team into hostile environments and you won football games. No one's going to disrespect that. It's when you come in as a young cat and you're either losing football games or you're not playing at a super high level because you are a young cat, and then you're still trying to do all that stuff, you don't get that right. You have to earn that right. So you can say it's same crap, different day, different narrative, whatever it might be. He's got to earn that respect. And he is the same guy. The difference is he's not losing games in Cleveland. He's winning games in Tampa.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's before you've done anything, when you're picking fights with like Rex Ryan at the podium because you got rabbit ears and you're hearing this stuff on TV. It's like, well, it's funny. It's a tradition for Browns young quarterbacks to be picking fights with Rex Ryan, I guess, and have rabbit ears.
That's what you got to do.
Rex is renting space, dude.
He is. Okay, let's get to some audience dumb football questions here. You can always hit us up. OLine Committee YouTube channel, comment section. Click that subscribe button and the like button to help us keep growing this thing. Tell your football-loving friends about the OLine Committee. So Purdy Good chimes in, 79.
Get it? Purdy.
P-U-R-D-Y good. See what he did there? So he said he wants to know what is on the quarterback wristband and how much does the coach call the plays with the quarterback using the wristband? What's up with the wristband?
I prefer the wristband because he could always go back to it, as opposed to like you have to be really knowledgeable for him to be able to call it in your head. Like, you know who does it right off the top of his head is Stafford, right? Like you see him talking, and as he's doing it, you can see him putting it together in his brain, and he's like, all right, I got it. Here we go. Dice right, and you're like, this guy's a G, right? But what's on the wrist is all the main plays, right? Like all the main ones we want to get to. If we have a double cadence or a double count, or if there's a kill on there, he'll get to that because it's a really long one, so he'll be reading it off. And a lot of times what comes in is like, hey, 18, so they open it up, and it's like, all right, 18, here we go, gun, double right. Or they'll go flip 16, and they'll be like, all right, flip. And then you'll see him following it. They'll be like, right, no, left. Okay, got it. Here we go, left. And you're like, okay, it's really cool to watch them go through the progression in their mind as to why they have this play on here. Because like I said, the reason it's on here is it's either a staple, we want to get to it quickly, so it's like, hey, let's just go right here, or it's really, really long. And if we forget something, we can just go right back and look at it, right? You don't really see a lot of gimmicks on there, and there's not really a lot of plays. Like, I feel like when you see those coaches' play sheets, like sometimes they're just ridiculous, right? There's maybe 30, 35, 45 plays on here. Like, there's not a lot really to do, but they have all the gimmicks and all the wild ones with them as the coach. That's the ones that they'll talk into your ear, like a third down. If I want to go specific and get wild with it, those are the ones that are getting called in and out.
Yeah, and it also allows for the check with me system, right? Like, hey, we want to get up on the ball really quickly. We want to get everyone set, hut, and then while the play clock's clicking down, the guy can just go, hey, get to 16. Quarterback can read 16 really quickly and then motion and hand signal to everyone what he wants and then still be able to go delta set hut, right? So it allows you to kind of do that muddle huddle thing too, where instead of getting set, hut up, and then they get set up, and he's like, okay, hey, gun, trips right, 20, he can just go, hey, look at 16. Looks at it right there, spits out the hand signals, and away we go. So it's just streamlined. It's just streamlined of communication.
So when the coach says get to 16, and like if you were to verbalize that play in a huddle, there's different components that apply to offensive line, to protection, to receivers. And you're in a no huddle situation. To get to 16, your job is to now with a hand signal tell the receivers what their part of it is. Right, and then tell the offensive line what their part of it is.
53.
So you went up to the line, you're like, hey, 53, and then you're looking, you're like, hey, Squire, out, you, drive, sail, right? Like, and it's really quick, and then you're back up and you're all set, and everyone knows exactly where they're supposed to be, right? And so that's where you're calling formation as you're getting up to the no huddle, and then exactly what Boone said too, usually goal line, short yardage, situations that are going to be extremely loud. You hunt on the wristband too, so that You're not trying to hear it in your ear and going like this and trying to hear it and then go. You can just be like, hey, 27, hey, all right, goal line. And so you can really spit that out. And it's just a way to try and get more streamlined time, which if you're the Jacksonville Jaguars, I think you could do because the delay of game penalties at home that was ridiculous. So a little more wristband, a little less talky in the ears.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, Nate Pinsky says, longtime Eagles fan, longtime O-line committee viewer. Really appreciate the film breakdown you guys did this week. Dumb football question. Can you explain the difference between a run blitz and a pass rush blitz? Is it schematic? Is it personnel? What happens if the offense passes against a run blitz or vice versa? What is the difference?
Go ahead, Booty.
I mean, for me, the passing blitzes come out of the like exotic fronts. Like you see the overloads, right? And then you got the one guy over here, and all of a sudden some linebacker walks up, and you're like, oh, it's about to be a twist central, right? Or you see some like crazy outside look where the nickel's coming with the safety. The run blitzes for me are more like the Todd Bowles middle dog cross, right? I'm here to shut down the run game. I'm going to shut down everyone from being able to deuce, ace, or tray, single, double, triple, right? I'm going to force everyone on a single run. But at the same time, I'm going to violate your zones, violate your spaces so that I can get these run blocks to just completely get dominated. For me, if you hit the run game blitz in the mouth, like say you know it's coming and you audible to like, we used to do it all the time. We'd see like what they would do is this is how stupid they are. I swear to God, you go back and watch all these games. And Jay, you'll back me up on this. Yeah. There'd always be one guy 1 yard in front of the other one, the linebacker, right? And he'd be the first guy coming.
They can't help themselves.
I'm not kidding you. You would just look up and one of them would be closer, and you'd be like, hey, it's coming. Zorro, right? And we would just, the way that they would cross each other and we would pick it up, it would become like this wall, right? And we would just dot every one of them up. And you'd see the running backs just follow our lead, and it was super fun. The problem is with the pass blitz, it could get so wild. You don't know who's coming, who's going. Like you see these new B-flow blitzes, and you're like, he could do a million things off of these, right? So you always have to be ready. And with those, I feel like it's where does everybody initially start the rush from? Right, that's what we're really looking at. Who are we counting as down? And that's what they start to look at when it comes to these rush blitzes. It's like, all right, if we had to down one guy in this group, who's it going to be? Well, let's look at all these blitzes real fast, and who's the one common denominator that continuously keeps coming, right? That's the one guy we're going to rely on being that guy this week, and we're going to take him too. So you're more guessing in the pass blitzes, but in the run game, it's like everything's internal. Everything's coming up the middle. Everything's motioning out. It's really super simple.
Yeah, I think there's two ways to look at it. Pass blitzes are meant to create confusion and to create to be able to create free runners. Right? Like that's the whole idea between when you're scheming a pass blitz. It's, hey, we want to create confusion between the offensive line and the running back and the quarterback so that they go one way and we have someone coming scot-free the other way to create a sack or a fumble. Right? In the run game, the idea of a run blitz is to create disruption in the backfield. Right, the idea of, hey, let's get these dudes off of their double teams as quickly as possible. Let's see if with this guy that we know that a receiver is supposed to push crack here, now we're going to get him up in the line of scrimmage, and that receiver's not going to be able to get there, and he's going to disrupt, right? So it's usually those safeties, interior gap sound type blitzes when you're in the run game versus it's more of a schematic kind of a chess game with the pass protection blitzes of trying to scheme guys open and confusion. Run game's more about like, dude, just get in the backfield. Just disrupt, get in the backfield, get guys off blocks, like just try and make muddledness so that the offensive linemen don't feel like they can get a groove and a running back can't get started.
And it's not like if you run a safety up there for a little run blitz and it's a pass play, it's like, oh my God, we're screwed on the back. No, you have coverages that account for the receivers and where they're going, right?
We've won. Like if they have one safety back and they blitz a safety and we're throwing it, we have the advantage.
Because you should be one-on-one. There should be one-on-one coverage on the back end.
Which is great. And it's funny because what Jay's talking about schematically, the clip of Bradley Bozeman where he's kind of, this is funny because it's not funny. It's kind of weird. But he looks back at the wrong time. And when he looks back, he sees Justin Herbert telling, I think it's Johnston, he's like, hey, listen, he's pointing going him. And what he's telling him is, if he comes, you're hot, right? But Bradley thinks he's new miking out there. So Bradley comes back and he's like,
left.
He's like, lucky. And all of a sudden Justin's like, no. And he's like, fuck. And all of of a sudden the guy on the right blitzes, right? Scot-free and just drills Justin, and you hear everyone go, damn it. Like, it's not, that's exactly what it is, right? It's confusion. We're talking
confusion and chaos.
And are we all on the same page? And that's why it used to be so funny, because coaches would say, if we're all wrong together, technically we're right? Like, you can be wrong, but you have to all be wrong together. And it's funny how they say that, because there's been several times, and not many, but several in my career, that I was like, we were all wrong, but somehow that shit got done. Like, and then you'd be like, wait till the meeting tomorrow. No one's gonna believe us, right? And then I swear to God, the player would come up and the coach would be like, all right, somebody tell me.
What the hell happened?
Fuck are we doing out here? And it's like, okay, listen, follow us. We mic'd here on accident, but the tight end was smart enough to get here, and the running back made us right by doing this. And they'd be like, fuckers are lucky, man. You guys are seriously like, because somebody could have gotten really hurt. You'd be like, no shit.
You guys are morons, but good job.
Great job.
But congratulations for now. Rhonda Bruner wants to know, what actually happens in team meetings? Positional meetings, offensive, defensive meetings.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what are the details of what happens in team meetings?
This is great. This is a great question. Nobody really ever asked this. And you start every day. Let's go through the OLine right. Let's go. No. Let's go through the OLine.
Oh, yeah. Let's go through a Wednesday. What does a Wednesday meeting day? A normal meeting Wednesday look like for us?
And how many hours of meetings on a Wednesday versus like actual playing field time?
Let's put it together. Here we go. Ready? The first thing we would do on a Wednesday is get a lift in. Right. So we're in the weight room. We're getting a lift in.
6:15.
6:15. Well, yeah. First meeting starts at 7, so you're in there by 6 trying to get it done, and then you're humping upstairs to get some food quickly because you're not allowed to eat in the rooms because Tony wasn't a big fan of that. So meeting started at 7. Team meeting started at 8:15. So you had about a good hour with Tony that you could go over like the prelims. Hey, these are the plays we're going to get into. This is what coach wants to do this week. This is what we're thinking. This is why we're thinking it, right? Because we'd always be like, why are we running this play? And they'd be like, oh, we're going to get on this guy and we're going to go attack this part of the defense, or we feel like we're strong here. And you'd be like, okay, cool, got it. So then after that, we would all kind of mess around. And I always used to love that little 15 minutes in between there, because that's where you'd catch everybody in a vulnerable position, right? They were tired, they were hungry, and they were all walking to the same meeting where they were all going to get cussed out the same. So it was always like everybody was kind of like shuffling their feet and like, oh, man.
It's like a Monday. Wednesday's like a Monday morning for us.
Jay will tell you, I used to come in that like super excited all the time. Like, what's up, dudes? Pushing dudes into the wall and shit, just having a blast.
Dude, shut up.
I know. Coaches used to hate it.
Yeah, so we'd have that 7 to 8 meeting, right? Or 7 to 8 meeting. Then we go to the team meeting, and the team meeting was at 8, right? So we go over corrections from the week before, right? Like usually it's 5 or 6 plays of either highlights or lowlights of corrections for what we had to do from the week before, depending on if it was a win or a loss, right? He'd give out his game balls, right? So the head coach would say, game ball goes to so-and-so, so-and-so, and so-and-so, great. And then he would usually have the special teams coordinator come up and talk about, hey, 4 core phase here, this is what we're doing. And then he'd give his little pre-week speech of this is who we have, here's who the referees are this week.
That was my favorite meeting too.
The referees are this person, they average this many holding calls, this call. They're big on DPI down the field, so always DBs, DPI. Keep your hands off to yourselves, right? Yep. Like we would go over the referees for the week. And then we would turn it over. He'd give his little speech of, hey, we got to be better at this. Like, looking forward, good week of practice.
Do it.
And then, hey, all right, split it. And so then we go offense, defense.
Oh,
so offense would leave, defense would come in. So, or vice versa, wherever, depending on what your head coach was. Depended on who got to stay in the team meeting room. Like, if you were head coach, the place stays, everyone else leaves. Yeah. And so then we would leave, and we'd go into our offensive meeting. Right? And then the offensive meeting on Wednesdays is first and second down run install. Like, that's how you start as a group, right? Hey, these are our first and second down runs, 10, 11, 12, 21, big personnel runs. This is the front that they run. This is what we're going to see, what we believe we're going to see. This is their number one blitzes into this, right? Like, you just kind of go over all of first and second down through that.
And hey, for the record, Tom Rathman was the greatest at this, because every day that we would do this, like Wednesday we did first and second down, Thursday was obviously third down, red zone, right? he would pull up all the blitzes that this team had done for the last 4 years. What were their top blitzes, right? And what did they do on first and second down that other teams didn't do, right? He had these charts, and you were just like the blitz versus personnel versus like different alignments,
formation,
everything. You were like, God, these guys do they really do so much work.
Yeah, the quality control guys there.
They're crushing work. Well, Tom always did his own study because he was the guy that had to go back and watch it himself. He was kind of like, I need to watch it or I don't believe it. And so those were the meetings that you really had to stay focused and pay attention because that's where they were giving you all the answers to everything. Hey, if they line up in an under, there's a good chance you're going to get this blitz on this down and distance. And you'd be like, okay. And I swear to God, I don't know if it's like in the back. That stuff would just sit in the back of your brain, but you'd be in the game and it was 2nd and 8. And all of a sudden you'd look up and they're in an under and you're like, hey.
Something stinks.
Tag this. Here we go. And everyone's looking at you like, what are you doing? You're like, Tom said, this is it, right? And sure as shit, here comes that Psalm, right? And you're like, Tom, you're a genius, right? And it's if you pay attention in these meetings that are happening super early, they're giving you all the answers, right? After this, we go into install, and that's what are we running? Why are we running it, right? And if you're in like the Chargers right now, it's so funny because Herbert's his damn thing just flapping. Drives me nuts. But I know why he does it because I've seen those play calls. They are ridiculous, right?
Can't we get a magnet on that thing?
Dude,
so it just stays shut?
You know how many times I've told Joe, I go, please tell him to tape it down or something. Like it drives everyone nuts. But their install meetings 2 hours long. There's not even a joke. Like you're going through because Giro used to do it kind of like you, Phil, in tiers, right? He would group things in different names.
It's a ladder now, Alex.
Sorry, it was a ladder system. Okay, so everything was like in NASCAR. He'd be like, we have 50 plays in NASCAR this week, and you would go through all 50, right? And then it was like, here's the check with me system, and here was another 50 plays, and then here was the kill alert system, and you were like, oh my God, here we go. I can't remember all this, Giro. And then you go into that, and then you break from there and go into O-line, and that's where it starts to get really.
So
crazy.
this is now probably around 10 o'clock.
Yes.
Right. So the team meeting.
Everything you just said happened before 10 o'clock on a Wednesday.
So this is like the team meeting usually lasts about 30 minutes, right? You got about 30 minutes to do the team meeting. Mm-hmm. Then you go about an hour to an hour and 15 in the group meeting of the O-line offense, quarterbacks, everyone, right? So you go through the whole group run install. And then after that, you split. O-line, D-line, you can leave. Everyone else stay. They're going to go over first and second down passing and play action. Right, and so then you split. So then, like, you go get a quick drink. You get like 5-10 minutes. 10 o'clock rolls in, and then that's when you roll into strictly O-line meetings. And so that next 10 to 11:30, 11:45 range is going over. Tony used to draw up every single run, like that we were going to have in
versus all their defenses.
Versus all their defenses.
Anything you'd see,
right?
Anything.
Can I just say real quick, whenever I think this is a good moment, a reminder if you're a fan or a media jackal like me, and you ever catch yourself on a Sunday yelling at your TV, what's that guard doing? What is that guy doing? You guys are drinking out of a fire hose
every week.
Every single week.
Are you pulling it out?
I'm see if I can find one.
I just found one the other day. Hold on.
But also, think about this, like everything you're describing, think about on top of this, the coaches to get all of this information ready for Wednesday.
Dude, it's insane.
Well,
that's why it's work that they're doing.
That's why the quality control guys, like all those dudes, they start this prep on Friday. Like this prep starts for them. Like their game week is over come Thursday afternoone. Hey, like by Thursday afternoon, they are on to the next. Yeah, so here you go, Boone.
Tony used to write these.
Yeah, so those were our run sheets, right? So that's one play.
That's one
right.
Play
that's one play drawn up against all the different blitzes we could see, all the different looks we could see, and so we'd have 30 or 40 of those, right? And that's what we would spend Monday morning going over, right? Like, yeah, it's a thick piece of paper, right? And that's one week. You're going through all of them. It's front and back.
This is just first and second down.
That's just first and second down.
They're going through all of these, right? And we're talking about them. So Tony's like, hey, let's talk. Anything in red was important that we had to talk about. Like, we got to know this. Right now, all of a sudden, we're getting into nickel. You can start to see a little bit, like it starts to change. Like, dude, there were so many things. And the crazy thing was, I used to take all the notes. 100%. So if Tony drew it, you had to draw it.
I drew it.
If you drew it, you felt like you knew it better. Right, like you were putting something down on the paper. Like I'm understanding this play better. I get why this does it like this. I get why we call this a B. Like,
the other piece of it too is you on a Wednesday. So get through meetings, right? You get through all of that, and then about 11:45, it's like, all right, hey, go get dressed, go get some lunch, right? Go get some lunch, and then we're on the field by I think it was like 1:15, right? Yeah. So it's like get some lunch, get taped. Practice starts at 1:45. O-line's on the field at 1:15. right? So you go get lunch, then you go through practice. But in practice, I mean, you're only going to get 24 reps in practice, right? We just talked about over 70 plays. Yeah. So you're not going to rep every play. You're going to rep important plays, and what you rep in practice are the plays that you're not sure are going to work against that look. Like you have the defensive look, like, okay, I want to see what this play looks like if they run this blitz into this under front or this blitz into this over front. So you go through all of the practice stuff there. You get through practice. Then you go back in. You have your cold tub. You get about an hour and a half there. So now we're looking at like 3:30, right? You get done at 3:30. First meeting's at 4:15. And then your 4:15 to 5:30, 6 o'clock, which is going over practice. So you watch practice. Right, you watch all practice reps, you make corrections technique, you talk about, hey, we didn't like this, we're going to throw this one out. And then at the end of it, again, you go one more time, you go over the questions, any questions from the install for the day, and then you go home about 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Right, so that's a Wednesday. Man. And then you basically rinse and repeat the whole thing on Thursday with third down. Right, all third down, short yardage, right? All that stuff is on Thursday.
So missing. There's been a lot of buzz in the Twin Cities about like Kevin O'Connell 4 straight weeks publicly has just unprompted mentioned McCarthy missing the Thursday practice before the Falcons game because his child was born.
Yeah,
but like he missed maybe the most important day for a quarterback, right? So I'm not ripping on him.
Listen, he should have been there. He should have been there for the birth of your child, 100%. But Thursday. Like Thursday is only third down. And I mean only third down.
There's a reason.
From third and short to third and long to by week 12, you will have watched every single third down blitz that team has put on tape that year 2 or 3 times. Yeah. Right? You just constantly watch it, and you watch it as a group, you watch it as a unit, you watch it with just the quarterbacks, you watch it with just the quarterbacks and the running backs, you watch it with just the O-line coach again, and it's just all to make sure when we're all on the same page for the money down on third down, right? Like those hours of meeting that we had are all based on third down on Thursdays, and then Friday you hit short yardage, goal line 2-minute, right? You go that on your meeting and time on Friday and on red zone.
Yep, that's right.
And then on Saturday, it's walkthrough, combination of everything, and away we go.
By the way, you understand why when we pick up a twist, it is the greatest thing ever because we've watched so much film, and you're like, hey, do you see his stance? It looks different, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Let's see if the next twist his stance looks like this. Like you're looking for anything. Did he just not? He didn't flick his towel.
Dude,
Every time he doesn't flick his towel, he's doing shit. Like we used to look for the tiniest things.
I can remember Phillip Rivers talking about after we watched a play, like we watched a series of blitzes like 4 or 5 times. He'd come back and he's like, hey, everyone, what looks different on this picture? And we're all like, I don't know, nothing. He goes, that safety's lined up on the inside of the hash instead of the outside of the hash. And we're looking at it, we're like, oh, yeah, you're right. He goes to the next one. He's on the hash. He goes, he's not blitzing. Goes to the next one. He's on the inside of the hash. Like tiny little details like that of like that safety's inside the hash or standing on the hash.
And he can see that from like when he's actually under center, he'd be able to see that.
Well, you're looking for it on tape. And then once he gets out on the field, he's looking
you
for
see it. And that's what's so fun about this. There's always little trails and little crumbs. You have to find out where's the crumbs. And
I mean, just like the linebackers on levels, right? Like for offensive linemen, they're usually just even with each other. But all of a sudden, this linebacker is half a yard in front of the other linebacker.
Or they start leaning on
and he's on his toes, and you're like, hey, there's crosstalk. Crosstalk's coming here. Or, hey, safety's rotating, and they're stacked over the nickel. Right? They're never usually stacked. Well, now they're stacked.
Staring straight
and they're staring at each other like, I'm not blitzing, you're not blitzing, I'm not blitzing. Right? And then, boom, here he comes.
Guys,
you pick up, the more you watch, because I think that's the notion is, oh, you're just watching film. The more you watch the same film, the easier it becomes to find the outliers, right? Because if you just watch the same plays over and over and over again, like you become accustomed to what is normal. And then all of a sudden, that guy standing outside the hash or that tackle that is one step wider, or that linebacker that's now covering up the DN when he's usually in the B gap stands out to you that much more. And that's what makes you a true pro. That's what makes you understand this game so much more than everyone else. And that's the biggest difference between the college and the NFL game.
But hey, Mackey, that's one of the things that we talk about, especially with a guy like Harrison Smith, right? Like one of the trails of like having a safety that can be on the line of scrimmage is eventually we're all waiting like, don't worry, he's going to drop. We're going to figure this out. We're just going to let the clock's just going to tick, 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 tick. But when you have a guy that like even with 5 seconds can be on the line and you're like, okay, he must be coming, right? But then he just books it. you're like, okay, I didn't see the trail. There's no crumbs to follow, right? Like the coaches used to say that constantly. You have to look for something in every one of these. Someone is telling you a story. And when you have, and the truth is, we're always looking for the safeties. They are the storytellers. They are the gatekeepers. Wherever they are, problems are about to happen. But if you can get two of them that just chill in the middle of the field, and then all of a sudden at the last second they buzz down, that's when it's like, damn, dude, they got us, right? Like we should have been throwing the ball, but now we're running it, and they had just dropped a safety in the box that we can't account for. That's why it's so hard. And on third down, you're looking for the tiniest little thing because you're like, did they switch it up this week? Like I remember
flavor of the day. You always had to look for the flavor of the day blitz. That wasn't on tape, but you knew it was coming.
Stance, Jay, and you were looking at dudes like, is he coming? Is he going to be the dropper this week? And sure as shit, you would set. And he wasn't. He was the bull rusher that week. And you were. I think subconsciously, I just wanted him to be the dropper every once in a while. Like, please just drop.
But sometimes sometimes guys are stupid and they'd switch it up on tape without even realizing it. They'd switch their feet on if they were droppers.
Yeah.
Right. Like they're used to having their outside or their inside foot was up when they would rush. But then all of a sudden, when they were dropping into coverage, they'd put their outside foot up so they could step forward with their inside foot and push themselves out to the flat.
Yeah.
Right, like so, just little tiny things like that are what we spend hours and hours on watching film, and why preparation in the NFL is so important.
That was maybe my favorite answer in the history of dumb football questions. That was great, and there's more there too.
Oh my god! I mean, we could spend hours going on the
We
prep
could talk about
and
lunch, dude. Remember the
lunch was
lunches?
always fun too.
Apricot. You know why you're laughing. I know why you're laughing. That started the biggest war. Oh my god, is it apricot or apricot, dude? The team went down.
The amount of rabbit holes that we went down on this, like it was like draw a picket fence line. Is it apricot or apricot?
It's apricot.
No, it's apricot.
It's apricot. First
we know
of
for
all,
a fact. Yes. Don't ask how we
I've
do a
heard
massive
apricot.
fight about this, dude. The team was like
The
divided.
team was divided on it because we had wing. It was
dare
wing.
you.
It was Wing Friday. We loved the apricot wings. That was like it's apricot. It's like no, it's apricot, dude.
Busco. Busco was right. Can you believe that?
Shout out Brandon Fusco.
Oh, apricot.
My tits. My tits, guys.
I love Brandon Fusco. He
was
literally
great.
He literally tore his tit muscle.
He's on my
one
shit
time.
list until I get an apology.
We got to make our picks here before you wrap this episode. But for the Minnesota-based audience, this is your last weekend to hang out at Viking Fest, a bold new celebration of Viking heritage, Norse mythology, living history. October 11th and 12th this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, where you can watch Viking combat and live weapons demonstrations. Historical Viking encampment is there. Over 5 stages of music, comedy, and theater. There's an artisan marketplace. So family-friendly areas and adult-only areas. It's a fun place to hang this weekend. It's your last weekend to take advantage of Viking Fest, Minnesota at the Dakota County Fairgrounds. Learn more and get tickets at vikingfest.com. That's vikingfest.com. I think they're going to have all their starters at Viking Fest, so it's going to be very exciting as opposed to, the other Vikings who've been patchworking it. But, all right, last few minutes here, boys. Let's make our picks. We're going to pick these games straight up as we do every single week. Last week was a debacle. You guys were both 0-4, and I can't brag that much because I was 1-3, so I was just less terrible than you.
Golly.
On the season, Booney is 14-6. I'm 11-9. Jay is 10-10.
Damn, Jay.
So we got to pick this thing up. First game on the slate: Seahawks at the Jaguars.
Well, you won, so go ahead, Back.
Yeah, I did pick the Jaguars to win that division, but I think coming off of that win, emotional win, they're also pretty sloppy at times in that game.
Short week.
Give me the Seahawks to bounce back and win a road game at Jacksonville.
I think I'm gonna go with Jacksonville here. I think they're gonna ride the high. I think they're gonna keep going on that front there, and I'm gonna take the Jags at home. Liam Cohen's gonna get 2 in a row and go to 5-1.
This game
was hard. These games were hard
because you could go either way, right? Like the Seahawks.
Well, you've reached a point in the year where no one's shown to be dominant. Like every week, you're like, "Oh, that guy's vulnerable," but they played pretty well. I mean, I don't know. I think the Jags are going to be riding high after that KC game.
Mm-hmm. Listen, I'm gonna go. I love the Jags and what they're doing. I love their jerseys, but I'm with you, Mackey. I think the Seahawks bounce back this week. I think they're going to give it to them, and I think they're going to be excited. And it is a short week for the Jags.
Long trip out there to that East Coast.
It is.
It's all good. It's all good.
It's a long trip, but you get some time back though. Right?
Yeah,
or no, is it the other way?
Time.
You lose time. Never
but it's
mind.
okay. We should do it all the time. It doesn't bother you.
49ers, speaking of, 49ers traveling out east at Buccaneers. I can go first again if you want.
Is Purdy back?
I'll give you the answers. I'll give you the answer to the test here. Actually. Whether it's Purdy or Mac Jones, it's really Kyle Shanahan puppet stringing whoever their quarterback is for 7 years. Is Jimmy Garoppolo starting? I have no idea. But the 49ers and the way that they've been playing with a bunch of injuries they've overcome too here, I just love the way they're playing. So give me the 49ers to upset the Buccaneers.
After all that Baker Mayfield discussion we just had,
he can still be the MVP and lose a game here and there.
No Nick Bosa. Tristan Wirfs is back. Baker Mayfield playing where he is. Give me the Bucs. I think the Bucs are going to keep riding that high off of what they just did in Seattle. They're going to keep rolling. This might be the week that the injury bug officially catches up with the San Francisco 49ers.
Okay.
Listen, I am looking one thing up real quick. Hold on.
It's not like you had a lot of not like we gave you these hours ago so that you could prep for this situation.
No, this is exactly what I was looking for. Okay, yeah. All right. Yeah. I'm going with the Bucs, dude. I can't believe.
Oh wow.
You this slander.
What statistic?
What statistic did you just pull up?
No, I'm looking.
What
at
color jerseys?
Hey, if they wear those,
Are they wearing the
again,
Are they wearing the creamsicles? I love the creamsicles.
Listen, I love the Niners, right? Everyone knows I'm a Niner. I'm all about that. But I think that what Baker's doing right now, the Bucs, they're flying high. I'm excited about it, and it's at the Bucs. Like that's another thing. Like that stadium seems like it's been getting after it lately.
Levante is playing at a crazy level. Vita Vea. I like it. I like.
So you guys both have Bucs there. All right, third game, Lions at Chiefs on
this is the hardest.
Sunday. Waiting all day for Sunday.
Just listen to the blow fest of Mahomes. Can't wait.
Here's a guy.
Here's the guy.
Doing with his eyes closed.
The Lions are walking into a buzzsaw here. The Chiefs' offense has been back for 2 weeks. They got to clean a couple things up here, but they're going to get all they can eat with a desperate 2-3 Chiefs team. Give me the Chiefs.
Am I going to go against you every single game? I think the Lions. I think the Lions continue to roll. I think they haven't shown a lot of chinks in the armor lately. Give me the Lions to send the Chiefs to 2-4.
Wow.
Oh, the dynasty is over.
Dynasty is over.
It's a wrap.
Listen, I'm with Jay on this. I'm going with the Lions. I want to say Chiefs so badly, but I think the Lions have been rolling, and I think they bring it to Arrowhead. I think they go.
Wow. And then the last game here, Monday Night Football, the top 2 picks, right, in the 2024 draft. Caleb Williams and the Bears at Jaden Daniels and the Commanders. And I'll go first again here. I'll take the Commanders. I think the Commanders are a better team. I think Jaden Daniels is a better quarterback. And I think right now Dan Quinn's a better head coach. So I'll take those 3 things and the home game.
I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a close game. I think the Bears have played better over the last couple of weeks, but until they stop being the Bears and show me they've kind of stopped being unable to find ways to win, I'm going to take Jaden Daniels here with the Commanders.
Yeah, I slept on Jaden last week. I'm not doing it again this week. I'm going Commanders.
There we go. Those are the picks right there. We'll see what happens. Boy, Jay and I, well, actually, Jay and I are opposite 3 different picks here, so something's going to happen.
Something's got to give at one point. I mean, I'm excited.
I'm excited to see who gets this one.
Really don't want to go below 500.
Embarrassing.
That'd be bad.
Oh man,
don't know ball.
I think I sided with Phil twice too. Oh,
yeah, you're kind of floating in between there.
I'm in betweeners.
We'll see.
Yeah, but I picked first, and those weren't predictions by me; those were spoilers. If you guys are paying attention, right?
Self-suck
for the Rhino, for Jeremiah. I'm Phil, and we'll see you guys after week 6 here on the OLine Committee.